if it won't. That cash didn't work, that out didn't work. Move fast didn't work.
Alright, cool.
You gotta hide at first, or imagine it first before you grab that work. That cash work, that out didn't work. Move fast didn't work, no action work. It's passion first, you gotta hide at thirst, or imagine it first before you grab that
Yo, it's your host, Tyson. Welcome to the Rhythm of Autism TV show.
And this your co-host here, Faceman, aka Young Swoosh. I ride in the coupe. I ride 4 doors, so you can ride with me too. You know what it is. Yo, we got a real special guest. We're gonna let him introduce himself like everybody else.
Yeah, G Homie Locco, Memphis, Tennessee, bottom board representative. You know,
Dirty South, Dirty South.
yeah.
Man, shout out to down south, man, know what I'm saying? G Homie Locco, man, good to have you on my show, bro. You already know.
Appreciate you having me, man.
Good to see you, man, know what I'm saying?
Man.
G Homie Locco, man, know what I'm saying? People wanted to know, man, what is your story when your struggles and your pain you go through in life when you start from the bottom in Memphis to the top and stuff when you first start from the bottom?
Like how it is, like in Memphis, like it's real wicked and like rough, like growing up as a child. Like it's not no place where you can just live in. You just gotta, do what you gotta do, keep your mind focused and get out of there. Cause there's ain't number 2 ways out, just dead in jail. Like you grew up I grew up without a father, so I turned to the streets, looking for that love that I didn't have in the household. And, going out to the streets, I experienced a lot of stuff, started gang banging, catching charges, and, you know what I'm saying, just doing looking for love and, messing up in all the wrong, in the wrong places or whatever. So, it kind of like, it'll scar a person because, like, you jumping out there and really don't know what you're doing, but you thinking it's the best way out for you. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, you ain't doing no but scarring yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't no love and no way out, like, turning to the streets. That was my problem, but, I grew up or whatever and learned about life and, trying to do different, So I had to, that's why I'm out here now, kind of Minneapolis. I'm trying to do something better with myself, you know what I'm saying? And, make a better way for me and my people and to get all my loved ones out the struggle and, help anybody else that's going through the same thing to, get out the same situation and avoid it.
Right. So when you get up here?
Well, I came up here like in 2015, but then I had got homesick, started missing home in the streets. So I went back down there and, I messed around and caught charge.
It's kind of funny, man, because everybody that's from somewhere else always come here for a little bit, leave, go back home, come back. It's like, leave and sticking. So basically, when you say like, it was like 2017 is when you found
Yeah, 2017 up until now. I've been here like for good.
Okay, all right. So something that you said too as well, growing up in Memphis. Shout out to Memphis, dog. I've been out there.
Memphis, Tennessee, down south,
been to the hotel where Martin Luther King was at. You know what I'm saying?
The right hotel.
They got the best churches, best barbecue, man. I see the best barbecue.
I throw down myself.
I see the first 48 going on a lot down there. I see.
It's still going
crazy.
on. They had to take it off the earth. They had to take it off the earth because it's stopping tourists from coming down there. That's why a lot of Memphis stuff you see on first 48, they ain't number reruns. They don't do nothing. They don't put no new murders or nothing like that because it's stopping tourists.
It's crazy. Basically, that's what happened in Detroit, man. That's where I'm from. They had the first 48 out there, but actually, they stopped filming because it was too many people get killed that was on the show. You know what I'm saying? So probably the same thing.
It's the same thing in Minnesota too.
But just back to your childhood, growing back in Memphis. Like when you grew up in a household with your mother and father, was just your mother?
Just my mom. I ain't never had my dad in my life, so like I was saying, I turned to the streets, trying to, like my granddad died when I was in 5th grade. That was my only father figure, but after he died, I grew up in Walker Home.
Did you have any other people in the streets, some of your family or something, or you just kind of had friends that was in the gang, or you just kind of like pursued that?
I had like some family members, like, kind of older me that was in the streets that always, I seen they were getting it as me coming up, and then, like, but we weren't just around like that, I was kind of young, but like the neighborhood people who in my neighborhood, I was out there on the block with them. I always hung around older people, and like that's how like my mind advanced and more elevated than what it is like how most people would be because I learned early and went through a lot of stuff. And like it's crazy down there. Like it'll scar you like and like most people don't make it out. I'm 30 years old, so I made it past 21. Like you say, make past 20. You know what I'm saying? You OG, 25-year OG. I done lived past 5 more years since that. And I know I'm doing something right because I'm still here. And I'm out here talking to y'all, and y'all give me an opportunity to share my work, my story and how it's going down with me. But yeah, it's crazy down there. Murders like friends, Like friends be the one who, you know, who take you down through there. You be like, I grew up like I had a lot of friends or whatever, but come to find out, everybody.
So you got backstabbed by some people that you were close with.
Yeah, it's a lot of backstabbing. Like it don't even be people like who really. It's a lot of haters down there. Like people, if you doing good, you ain't gotta be in the streets. You can just be doing good, working, trying to take care of your family. Folks gonna be like, oh, dang, he think he doing something good. He think he too good and all that. He take care of your family. What do you think he on? And they'll come get you.
They just
You know
want
what
you to still be in the streets with
yeah,
them, man.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where a lot of stuff come in and like folks just like be your friends, like the closer one to you, they know a lot and more about you.
Right.
So they know how to move and get to you quick than an outsider will. Because you know you will never let an outsider know too much or be too close around you that you don't know. So
yeah, Miserable
circle
company right
there.
there.
Yeah, man. Y'all circle just like strict though.
Yeah, it's just
that's
like it's real war zone down there. Like
I be seeing a lot of like vice lords. I be seeing a lot of things going on Gangland and American Most Evil. I be seeing
But it's like Crips out there, right?
Yeah, I grew up. I was, you know what I'm saying. I was banging. I was a Crip. I was Great Street Crip. You know what I'm saying. Yeah. It's like Crips, Bloods, GDs, Vice Lords.
Oh, they like everywhere.
Yeah, it's a lot of.
Yeah, take away picture.
Yep, man, that's some real stuff, bro. And then another question: how did the experience make you feel when you first started getting into the music, and what made you start doing music and everything?
See, like by me, I was a hothead, like a hothead down in the street. So like, I never tell nobody like what I'm going through. I always keep it inside. But it come to realize that was my biggest problem by keeping it, holding it in, because it made me stress and bring more pain to me. So I kind of found a way, like I never talked about my problem. So I kind of found a way to vent to myself, just to get my, my thoughts and get all the stress I'm going through out by putting in my music. So like a lot of my music, while I rap, like I don't do like no cartoon artists. All my music, you listen to it, I be telling it be like my life stories, what I'm going through, and all that. Like I just did one called Crazy, and I was going through something. Went down to Memphis 2 weeks ago when I talked to you. I was in Memphis for my son.
Last week.
For my son's birthday. My baby mama, I called her like, hey, where y'all at? I'm trying to meet you to go, get my son his stuff or whatever. She looking at it on Instagram. She ain't replying. But 2 days later, she knew I was going to get ready to come back. She was like, my phone broke on his birthday. I'm like, well, he was having a party and all that. I'm like, how your phone break? You know what I'm saying? But you looking at my messages on Instagram, but she just, all because of female, like, and she hold my son back because of female. So I made a song called Crazy. And it was talking about my son, talking about my son, how I was feeling at the moment, and like how I kept it real and was there for her and all that, and how she, it always started out good in the beginning. Yeah. But then down the line, it's a flip side. They'll flip on you. So
now I gotta check that out, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you hear it. Like I got
most definitely, man.
Music really do like it helped me like release my mind and like really just
keep you motivated. Pretty much.
So how you get into it though? Like did you meet like somebody that was producing music, or a beat maker? Was you getting it online? Like what? How did you start getting into it?
Well, Memphis is like a music state, like, they call it home of the blues, so it's a lot of music going on there, like, B.B. King and all that. Yeah. And, like, I did my first talent show, 6th grade. Like, I wrote my own lyrics and everything. Me and a couple of my partners, we performed in 6th grade, but I left it alone, like, after that, and I picked it up probably, like, about 5, 6 more years later, and I started getting serious with it.
So you was how old then?
I was like, 12, 11, going on 12, 6th grade. Okay. When I did my first talent show.
But you got serious probably like 17.
Yeah, about 16 years old. Okay. Yeah, about 15, 16.
Alright.
Yep, and I just that was my way, like, just to calm me down, because I used to be, like I'm saying, I was hot-headed or whatever in the streets, and when I get mad, I got some problems or whatever, I go out and do some dumb stuff in the street, just to take my frustration out, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
And that ain't no good thing to do.
Yeah, man. Cause that's what's up, man. That's real, bro. Because I see the music popping in Memphis a little. I see Yo Gotti, man, and Black Yasta, man, and Young Dolph, man. They call themselves the King of Memphis, man. They try to get the crown. I see, man. Y'all, they doing it big down there, man. Project Pat, all of them, man, down there.
Yeah, it's a lot of artists down there. It's a lot of underrated people, like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody down there, like, if you from Memphis, like, and you an artist by, you know what I'm saying, a rapper, you a good rapper because you like I know like some of the stuff like me and Moneybag, we went to the same school, Mitchell High School and or whatever. Yeah, Moneybag Yo.
Yeah.
It's a lot of hot.
With Moneybag? With the school?
Yeah, I went to school Moneybag. We went to Mitchell High School or whatever.
I'm about to ask you how the underground scene is too. You know what I mean? Because you hear about a lot of mainstream rappers, but is the underground scene like y'all do the Memphis support like his artists and stuff?
Yeah, like it's a whole lot of underground artists like me. I'm one myself. Like this guy called OG Boo Dirty. Y'all probably haven't heard of him. OG Boo Dirty. Kibo Money. He next coming up. It's a lot of artists, but the city of Memphis is so crazy and wicked. Like they don't never want to see nobody shine. So instead of like coming together, like all this talent in Memphis, they see you doing good, they want to outdo you instead of trying to come together and really push the city and get the city popping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's really like they just everybody like just trying to
outshine. It's like a self competition type. You know
exactly.
Everybody trying to get their own shine.
Yeah. Instead of just come high Atlanta artists, all them they work together. They big like how they is, but because they stick together. But Memphis is a lot of hate. Like people don't want to see you do good, and like they only satisfied when you doing bad. You know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy.
Yeah, man. And another question for you, man. People wanted to know, man, what the advice you want to give to people out there watching at home. What the message you want to get to them as the advice that people look up to you and stuff. What's the advice you want to get to them?
Yeah, the advice I want to give them, like, just never give up. First put God first. You know what I'm saying? And always believe in yourself. If you want to do something, you know what I'm saying? Believe in yourself. You can't do it if you don't believe in it. If you can't just do it because somebody said, or, it might be good advice. Somebody might tell you, man, I think you should do this, you should better yourself. You might listen to them and all that, but it also could go wrong because you don't believe in yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So just stay focused, stay away from negativity, and, and be positive and know it's a better day. Every day is a second chance. You know what I'm saying? Every day you wake up is a second chance. You messed up, you fall, get back up. You know what I'm saying? You gotta crawl before you walk. You know what I'm saying? So just stay focused, stay on your grind, don't, get unfocused, and just keep pushing, chase your dream,
That's real.
And you heard him, keep God first and stay focused, yo.
Real.
That's 100. Yep, 100 all day, man. And another question for you, man. Where did the name of G Homie Locco come from?
Well, G Homie Locco, like my neighborhood, they named me Loco because like how I was, I ain't named myself Loco, but my hood named me Loco because like how I was in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I want to say I respect that, man, because I'm tired of people that get all these nicknames and name themselves. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You got it from your hood.
Yeah, my neighborhood named me that and named me Loco because like every time something pop up in the hood, they were like, Loco had something to do with like me and my other partner Ratchet. Me and his name always used to come up. Something happened, they go pinpoint me and him. I bet they had something to do with it, or I know they know something about it. And then like G Homie, like I told y'all I was gangbang or whatever. That was part of my status, like the status that I hold, like G, like
really
Big
out there doing it.
Yeah, so I just put the two together, like G Homie my status, G Homie and Loco, and I just put it together and just made it, my artist name. But I cut the Loco out. Now I just call myself just G Homie because I don't want to just go Loco. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just try to keep it with y'all. I mean, that says something positive about you, man. To be in that life and then decide to go through a positive road, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That says a lot about you, man.
And just gotta want better. Like, can't settle for anything. You can't, you gotta keep pushing. You gotta grind. You gotta change your mentality. If you want to change folks' lives, you gotta first be that example yourself. You gotta show the example, and everybody else will see like, but they know how I was and how I from it. Like, yeah, he done changed a whole lot. I ain't like how I used to be. I want something, and I want other people to be the same way instead of being in the same boat, and and just getting messed off at the end. Cause it's always a sad story at the end.
Man, that's real stuff.
That's real, man.
That's real.
But yeah, man. Know what I'm saying? But yeah, the last question, man, before we wrap it up, man. What is your overcoming obstacles? People want to know what is your overcoming obstacles when you overcame.
Yeah, like so specific that you overcame, that you went through, that you know what I'm saying, that you was. It didn't seem like you was gonna be able to, come out of it, but you did. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like just the hood period, like. Just where I'm from, cause like this all I know, Memphis, this all I know, like, I'm accustomed to it, and this my, but you just gotta look at the good and the bad, but you know what I'm saying, the good always outweigh the bad, but it ain't nothing good that's coming out of Memphis, so I had to really make a choice and like eliminate myself. Like, is this what I really want? Do I want to stay here and die? Do I want to stay here or I want to live? And I had my son. My son really changed my life after I had him. He just turned 8 years old, so I had Xavier Antoine Davis.
Oh, he in second grade?
Yeah, he in second.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
He
just play football. He quarterback. Yeah, I just got one son.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he played quarterback? That's
Yeah, he
what's
quarterback.
up.
Started and everything.
Hopefully you make it to NFL one day.
I
In
know,
college and NFL, y'all, I know y'all got NFL team. Y'all go hard over there too. Y'all got everything over there. That's what's up.
So, you know.
But yeah, man. But yeah, one of these days I need to take a trip to Memphis because I know I've been down there for so long though, man.
Yeah.
Have you been there too, bro?
Yeah, with my parents. You know, I got family.
Oh, you got family down there? Oh, that's what's up.
Like not like close to my dad's side, but you know, close to my mom's.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's a small world, man. At the end of the day.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, man. But by the way, man, know what I'm saying? Thanks for being on my show, man. It's
Let
always
me know when they can follow you though.
Yeah, y'all can find me on Instagram at G_HOMIE_LOCCO. G Homie Locco. G_homie HOMIE_LOCCO. My Snapchat YG Locco. YGLOCCO. And also my YouTube description, Trap Heavy ENT. TRVPHEAVYENT.
There you go. Make sure you check him out.
Yep.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then another thing, dog. I forgot to mention. Where people could check out your newest music? 'Cause I know you drop a few music sometimes. So where people could find your latest work and your music?
Yeah, I got 2 mixtapes out. And my first mixtape called Memphis Best Kept Secret is on Dead Pill, and I dropped Memphis Best Kept Secret 2 on this past November 3rd. It's on Dead Pill and on Spin Rilla as well. You go to Spin Rilla and Dead Pill, type in G Homie Locco, GHOMIE LOCCO, and it's gonna pop up Memphis Best Kept Secret.
There you go.
There you go, man. So you can see, man, it's your host, Fitty Tyson, by the way.
And it's your co-host here, Faceman, aka Young Swoosh. I ride in the coupe. I ride 4 doors, so you can ride me too.
So G Homie, bottom boy, Memphis Best Kept Secret.
If it won't, that cash didn't work, that out didn't work, move fast didn't work, no action work. It's passion first, you gotta have that thirst, or imagine it first before you grab that work. That cash work, that out didn't work, move fast didn't work, no action work. It's passion first, you gotta have that thirst, or imagine it first before you grab that work.